Hi, my name is Yashu Vuruputoor, and I am an underwriter for Capital One Bank. This means that I help the bank lend money to corporations and businesses, and I do this by assessing the risk profile of these businesses. Today, I'll be talking to you about the interviewing process and how you can better prepare for your interviews. Generally, there are two types of interviews. The first is a behavioral interview. These kinds of interviews are conducted to help the interviewer understand you better as a person. So you might get a lot more situationally based questions. They include something like, can you tell me about a time when you failed at something? Or can you tell me about an experience in which you had to work with multiple people? Sometimes they're a little bit more short and direct. One such question could be, can you tell me 3 strengths and weaknesses that you have? For the more situational questions, I would definitely use the STAR method to answer. STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. If you can follow that method when you're telling your story, the interviewer actually understands not only what you did, but also what you gained from the experience. And that can be very helpful in expressing things like soft skills, communication, work ethic, and leadership, for example. All 3 of these are better conveyed through the STAR method and in general through storytelling. So the second interview method is the technical interview. Technical interviews are very different depending on what kind of role that you're applying for and also what kind of company that you're applying to. One of the very specific type of technical interviews include case interviews. And these tend to be more widely held in the consulting industry. They involve more open-ended questions. Something like, can you tell me how many ping pong balls would be required to fill a Boeing 747? Or how many windows would I find in New York City? If you can see, they're all very open-ended questions. And you might not be able to get to a specific answer. But really what they're looking for in these are your process in order for you to get to that answer. Another type of technical interview could be something along the lines of brain teasers or puzzles. Sometimes if it's more of a STEM-oriented field that you're applying to, they might ask for coding experience as well. And so all of these types of technical interviews can be better prepared for if you do a lot of practice problems. And you can generally find lots of practice problems either through online resources or through text resources. So the key to the technical interviews is to practice a lot. Practice as often as you can and practice many, many problems. So generally speaking, interviews have various different procedures. They can be short or long in nature. The interview itself can be either 30 minutes long, or it could be an hour and a half long. And the duration of your interview process could be only a week long, or it could be a couple months long. It really just depends on the role that people are interviewing you for. Also, the number of people you're interviewing with could be very different. You could be only you and the interviewer during the interview, or it could also be you and a panel of interviewers. Or sometimes there's even group interview settings where other people who are interviewing for a similar position are also interviewing with you. Same thing with formality. It's very different depending on the company and the role. Sometimes you might be asked to do more of a dinner or lunch type of interview where it's a lot more informal, or it might be a little bit more formal where you're asked for an actual sit-down desk interview. So it runs the gamut, and the best way for you to prepare is maybe ask the interviewer or the company or the recruiter what kind of interviews you will be experiencing. So in conclusion, the biggest takeaway from this video is be as prepared as possible. Practice, 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 ask for help. Maybe ask friends or family members to quiz you on both behavioral and technical questions to see, where you stand and if you need more preparation. And in general, just, go with good confidence. So I urge you today to share one thought of this video that you've had, or share the video itself. And thank you for watching, and good luck on your next interview.